All right, so this is updating blogs. Not every website that we have has a blog. Um, that's something that we want to do. Is make sure that every website that we create has blog capabilities built in. It's just not that every website we have has blog posts set up and posted. Um, but I'll show you Joel's Automotive, who's one of our. They do have a blog set up, and usually the link is right there in the main menu. Some of them have like a blog section near the bottom, um, but most of them are in the menu blog. Uh, Basically, blogs are just posts about, you know, uh, auto repair articles, and sometimes you can pull information from other sites or just write something. We do have a writer who writes blogs for us. Sometimes. Tiffany sometimes writes articles. Um, but basically, to edit these, you have to be logged in. You can tell that we're not logged in right now because there's no um, navigation bar at the top. So to log into any website, you have to put /user after the .com, and it'll redirect you to a login page. Now you'll have LastPass, so you'll have all the logins. It should fill it out as to what it should be. I might have to clean this up because there's two of them, but the one that automatically fills in should be the right one. So once you log in, you'll see that there's a bar up here, like manage, shortcuts, Joel's Automotive. Um, Now there's two different types of websites that we primarily handle. The 60-minute team is not hosted on our server, so it can be a little slow. And if it doesn't load in a second, I'll show you a different site. But let's just give that a second. This is actually Drupal 8, so we use Drupal 7 and Drupal 8. The layout is just a little bit different, but it's basically the same. The bar up here at the top looks just a little bit different. So, okay, see I'm logged in here. This is Drupal 7. See how it's still black, but there's no icons. It looks a little different. Now see, he doesn't actually have a link for blog. The blog is down here, kind of like what I was saying. We could put a link in the menu, but it's really not that necessary. His layout's a little different, so the menu's a little more cramped. So for instance, on his, well, on either one actually, there's content. Add content, it just says content here. So you go to content and then add content. And in this case, it's blog. We're adding a blog. And you just give it a title and body text. Hold on. Okay. So this one actually doesn't have an editor installed, which most of them don't. In which case you'll use Dreamweaver as an editor. But Dreamweaver is better anyway than the built-in editor, mostly because it's just easier to use. Um, excuse me. So, um, when you open Dreamweaver, it gives you this start screen. You just click Create New to do a new HTML document. Just click Create. All the defaults are fine. It'll start you in code mode, but you want to switch to design. And, most of the time, Tiffany will send you an article in Microsoft Word. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And then you would just take that article from Word, and we'll just use this as an example. You would just copy it, Control C, and then paste it into Dreamweaver. And then once you get it in Dreamweaver, you can make changes if you need to. Like headers, you can do. Heading 1 is reserved for the title of the page, so you don't want to do that. But you can do 2 or 3, just to make it stand out a little more, make it bigger. Say you want to do a bulleted list, you highlight the text and then you click bullet, and then wherever you want to break, you hit enter. And then when you get to the end, if you want to stop the list, you hit enter twice. Oh, I lied. Usually that works. Usually it'll stop. I guess they changed it, so you have to highlight it and then check this box. Check this button down here to stop the bullets. If you want to do like a numbered list, there's a numbered option down here. But again, once you get everything the way you want it formatted, you just go to code and then you copy everything between the body tags. You don't want to copy the Dreamweaver puts this stuff in here by default because it thinks you're making a standalone page where you're really just interested in copying the content, the code between the body tags. You can actually delete this stuff out. So it makes it a little easier. So next time when you do a new document, you could just clear that out and then switch to design. The reason I don't do that, and they might have changed this for Dreamweaver, is this right here, the doc type, it tells Dreamweaver in your browser what type of HTML it is. In the past, this used to be really cumbersome and complex. There used to be HTML 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're at 5 right now. And it's real simple. It's doc type HTML. That just means you're using the latest version of HTML, the latest standards. And so when you paste stuff into here, it knows, okay, just use the latest version of HTML. And it seems to paste a little bit cleaner. I can't tell you for sure if that's still the case, but in the past I've noticed that. But I would say, just to be safe, keep it in there, and you just need to remember that what you're copying is between the body tags. When you look at any page and you look at the source code, you'll see that you'll see that information is up here at the top. See, doc type, HTML, all of this stuff is before the body tag. See, here's the body tag. So So there's a lot of information that goes above the body tag. It's all of this information is just for the browser. It's not something the end user sees. It's declaring all the styles, all the JavaScript, all of the descriptions, the keywords, yada yada yada. It's stuff that the end user doesn't see, but it's really important for the browser to understand how to display the. So we go back here and say we copy that information code. Then we would just paste it in here. And you want to make sure that the text format, and by default, it usually defaults to full HTML. You want to make sure it's always full HTML. If you do basic, it restricts and it only allows certain tags. Or restricted, it's even more restricted. Full just lets you use everything. So there's no limitations really. So I'll just do a test. Every site's a little different, but everyone should have an option for an image where you just click choose image, and then you look on your computer, choose a file, a photo, and then again, the alt text is just for screen readers. You have to type something. It's required because if images don't have alt text, you kind of get dinged with search. And then once you get everything in here, you just click save. And I'll go ahead and save it real quick. And then it shows you what it looks like. I'm going to delete this because it's not actually something we want on the site. But it's the same set. So you go add content. Blog entry. We should talk to 60 Minute about hosting their site. It's usually really slow. We don't host their website. I know.